Hey yo, what is up guys? Mrthunderray here, and we are back playing some more Battle Cats today. And today we're taking on the Sweet XP stages. So these are available in the weekend stage, or I think twice a day for an hour they're available under XP stage. So there's 6 different stages here, and we're going to take on all 6. So as usual, the timestamps for each one of these battles are down below in the description, so you guys can skip around if you want to see a specific one. But yeah, so let's get into it here. So the first few, pretty self-explanatory. We're just going to be spamming Paris Cats, spamming Bahamut, spamming basically just your normal high damage people. I mean, the first few levels are really not that hard. But yeah, so like I said, getting into the details of these levels here. So they're available 24 hours a day for Saturday and Sunday. They replace, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday stages. So they're available all weekend, and then for an hour each day, they're like the cat ticket chance levels. So they're available for an hour twice throughout the day, and they're technically under a different name, which means when you complete all 6 of them, you get another 30 cat food for completing the stage. So technically this is my second time around doing these levels. Not that they make a difference. I mean, my cats are the same levels each time, but they are the second time around, so I can confidently say that they're pretty easy. They're known for being pretty easy. The insane level for this last one, in the 6 levels, it's not insane at all. It was called insane back when the game first came out, and as we know, those insane levels were considered pretty easy now, especially with all the different cats that we have now. So there's that for you. So like I said, easy, normal, and hard stages are pretty simple. The hard version, we just get 1 black kangaroo. Nothing that we can't handle though, and so we're gonna breeze through those first 3 levels. All of these levels, with the exception of the first 2, are gonna have black enemies as well as normal enemies, but the main enemy type is gonna be black. So you want to bring as many anti-black enemies that you have. Obviously, I suggest Rain Girl Cat. She's amazing. I like Tin Cat. Not that he does a whole lot, but he's just one of the other anti-blacks that I have right now. I don't have a whole lot of anti-blacks, so but those 2, and then for the last level, which I'm guessing is going to be the toughest for everyone, is we're going to have a black Bun. So I would also suggest any anti-floatings that you have. Here I have Fisherman Cat, because he will do a good job doing a little bit of extra knockback. And then I also have Magic Cat, just because she weakens non-metal enemies. So I really like Magic Cat. I think she's just really good overall for whatever level that you're doing. So yeah. So here we are on Veteran. We're going to be starting off here with a black gorilla. Nothing we can't handle again. I do a Paris Cat and then a bunch of meat shields, and that's usually enough to get him. Every time she hits him, he'll get knocked back, so it helps. And then when you feel comfortable, throw in your Ring Girl Cat, and she will put in work. Here my Ring Girl Cat is still a weightlifting cat. He's really low leveled, so if it proves anything, you can do this level. You can do this stage with some pretty low level cats. I have a level 30 Paris. I have a level 20 Magic Cat, level 20 Fisher, and then a level 20 Bahamut. So nothing crazy good. They're pretty average leveled, pretty low leveled even. So don't feel the need that you have to get some really high leveled cats. But what's really cool about these levels though is the fact that normal levels, when you do them over and over again, you lose XP each time. You get less and less XP each time. But not with these ones. These ones are consistent. They stay the same no matter how many times you do it, so you can just constantly do these levels over and over again and still get the same amount of XP. Which makes it really useful also to be using your cat jobs on, because it's multiplying it by 1.5 every time, and you're going to consistently get your high XP reward multiplied by 1.5. In addition to that, there's also a very rare chance that you'll get a bonus treasure of XP, and that differs between levels. I know for the insane version it's 100,000, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not that much when you consider that level alone gives you 300,000. So That's just a tiny little reward in addition. So there it is. There's Veteran. That is probably the last one before it starts getting pretty hard. Expert here, I think this one is honestly harder than the Insane version. So this one we're going to start out, all of them start off pretty much the same. We get a few peons and then they might send down a black enemy. So it's not too hard in the beginning. But this one, so you have time to get your worker cat up to level 8 for the most part. But this one here, Expert, it is pretty annoying because we are going to be facing a Director Kurosawa, the black version. He's the same guy from the Empire of Cats Chapter 2 Moon level, but he's the black version. So he's he's a lot tougher than the Empire of Cats one, and I really dislike him. But if you can get the right lineup against this guy, he's pretty, you can get him pretty well. That's why I really like Tin Cat here. You'll see later, I didn't exactly do this in this playthrough, but like I said, I did all these levels before, and the first time I fought him, Tin Cat, I got a nice stack of them, and they were able to, I don't want to call it like a perma knockback, but you know how when you have enough like freeze type cats, you can perma freeze them? You can basically do that if you have enough Tin Cats, and since he has such a slow attack animation, you can basically constantly knock him back and interrupt his animation. So I think that's super useful to know. I don't know if that's necessarily a knockback specific cat type, or if that's just because we had enough people that were doing enough damage. I don't know. Either way, it was probably a combination of the two, but we were able, I didn't get it on camera, but I was able to permanently keep him bouncing at the end of the map there, and he wasn't able to attack. So I was able to take him out in a lot faster time than I am in this playthrough. Right now, we're just building up our worker cat. We have it finally at level 8, so we're going to start our big push. And as soon as we have our push going, we're just going to be spamming all of our cats. For these levels, there's not really a problem when it comes to money. It's more of the cat limit, so you don't really have to focus on saving up enough money in the beginning. You just have to be sure to keep enough meat shields out there. I'm using 4 meat shields in these, which helps a lot. I would suggest 4 if you can, but if not, you can probably do it with 3. But I found that 4 is really useful, and then just keep on spamming your cats. I mean, as you can see, we have 8,000 cents. No, it's not going to be a problem. 9,000 now, 11,000. We're not going to be getting down to 0 at any point, really. So, but here we are. Here we are fighting Director Kurosawa, the black version, and he is a pain in the butt. Because as you can see, he's got crazy range, and he's got crazy area damage. So the way to get him is you have to be able to get your cats in between his attacks once all the peons are out of the way. So as you can see, we almost got a hit in. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward here because it is a long battle. But in between the waves of peons is when you got to get him, and hopefully that lines up with in between his attacks. Like I mentioned earlier, if you're able to stack up enough guys that are able to constantly knock him back once they do reach him, then that will mean a dub for you, a very easy dub. But as you can see, it's not happening in this playthrough. I did get a solid few Paris hits in that last one, and here we are. I'm not sure if we're making, okay, now we're hitting him. So we're able to, there we go, knock him back. As you can see, that knockback from the Tin Cat, that was able to interrupt his attack, which is very useful. But other than that, nothing really you can do other than just spamming your cats and waiting. It's not like you're gonna have a difficulty, but you know, just whatever you can do. I found that Tin Cat helps a lot if you can get a nice stack. So that's my one big suggestion for this. As you can see, Paris 2, she'll also get an occasional, you know, natural knockback from when they take enough damage. So that's how you can take him out pretty quickly, I would say. But we're going to slow it down here now that he's almost dead. He is a little bit of a pain in the butt. I think he is a little bit more challenging than the Insane version after this. But that's just because I don't have any good cats to take on Director Kurosawa. It also doesn't help that he's only black, while Bun Bun is black and floating. so you can have more diversity of your lineup when it comes to fighting Bun Bun than the director. But there it is. Expert version is done. We got 237,000 XP, which is great, but not as much as we're going to get with Sweet XP Insane here, which we're going to take on right now. So as I mentioned, this is the best level to do because it's not too challenging, and like I said, we don't lose the amount of XP that we get when we beat the level each time we beat it. So we'll consistently get, I believe it's 312,000 XP when we beat this, and then, or 320 XP, something around there. And then if we use our cat jobs on this, we'll get 480,000 XP each time we do this run. And as well as if you have treasure radar, which I wouldn't suggest using it, but if you have a lot of them, go for it. But if not, and if you're lucky and you get the treasure anyway, you'll get an additional 100,000. So theoretically, you can get up to 580,000 XP with one run on this level, which is absolutely incredible. Love that. But anyway, so this level is going to start off. They're going to be sending out a black Doge and a black Gorilla. And what I do is I just send out my meat shields, as well as a weightlifter cat, maybe a Paris, one or two. And then when they start pushing him back too much, I will let the Gorilla fight back a little bit. This was kind of a bad example here, because I did start hitting the base a little bit too much. But hopefully they will, something will come out and knock us back before we unleash the Horde, which we just did. So theoretically, you want to keep your cats from hitting the base before you're ready. Like, as you can see, I don't have my max worker yet, but it's not too big of a deal. I mean, it's not gonna be a challenge, or it's not gonna prevent us from beating the level. It's just a little bit easier if you can get your worker count all the way up and then set up for a big push. But as you can see, the first wave here is going to be a bunch of black kangaroos, as well as your black gorillas and the poodles coming out. But once you get a couple hits from Bahamut on them, sorry, I can't speak right now. Once you get a couple of hits from Bahamut on them, they'll go down, and they're not the big problem. Next, we're going to have Bun Bun that comes out, and again, he's not going to be too big of an issue either. As long as you can keep your Bahamut alive through that first wave of the black kangaroos, then you should be chilling for the rest of the level. So as you can see, we're pushing back again, and this time is when Fisherman Cat's going to come in handy, because he's going to be able to knock back Bun Bun, as well as the combination from Tin Cat. So we have two rare cats that are going to be able to get some solid knockbacks on Bun Bun here. And as you can see, we're actually doing, we're bouncing back a lot. He has a lot of knockbacks, as do every other black, as you can imagine. But as you can see, if you watch him, he's not getting many hits off before he gets frozen, before he gets stunned, whatever you want to call it. So that's why I really like the combination of Fisherman Cat, Tin Cat, and of course Weightlifter Cat and Paris Cat. But yeah, so as you can see, Bahamut actually went down, but it's not a big issue. We don't really need him. As long as you can consistently bring out your meat shields as well as your other cats, you should be fine. As you can see, again, there's no difficulty when it comes to money. We have basically max money this whole time, so you can probably bring more expensive cats if you'd want, if you'd like to. I didn't really care to, I didn't really need to, and I don't think you should either, frankly, because my cats here are also low level. So it's not a difficult level at all. We're still pretty early on in the game, and we're doing a good job beating him. He's not pushing up, we're pushing back on him, and eventually here we're going to be able to take him out and secure the dub. There's two waves of enemies here. The first one's the big block of black kangaroos, and then the second one here is Bun Bun, who just went down. So there we go, easy dub. Didn't really even need Bahamut for that second wave. For the first wave, I would suggest him. I think he's pretty useful at taking out the group of the kangaroos. But there we are, Sweet XP is done. And as I mentioned, these are the same levels as the weekend stage, is the same as the Sweet XP, or the XP stage that comes throughout the day on a normal weekday. So just taking a look here, we can scroll through. As you can see, 100,000 rare chance to pick that up as a treasure as well. So 580,000 around there is what you can theoretically get if you play all your cards right. And I think the favorite part about all these levels is that XP does not decrease as you play the levels over and over again. So you can constantly just be grinding out these levels, and that's what I'll probably be doing off camera. I'll be doing these levels over and over and over again, especially because you can do them every day. If you make sure your notifications are on, your phone will alert you, or your iPad will alert you whenever the stage is ready. So then you can just save your energy, do the XP stage for that day. Do it twice a day if the timing lines up, and there you go. You get a free 600,000 XP every single day without any cat jobs, without any treasure radars. 600,000 XP alone, just from doing 2 stages a day. So with that, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you guys found it entertaining or helpful, whichever you came for. We're just going to finish up this episode here, opening up our cat capsules, as we always do. And if you guys did enjoy, please drop a like down below. It helps me out a lot with that YouTube algorithm, as well as comment with me down in the comment section. In case you guys haven't been able to tell, I love talking to you guys in the comments. I like trying to build that little bit of a Battle Cats community down in the comments. So, yeah, we're just going to finish up here, using up our power, or our attack, and our range, or our recharge time. And there we are. I think that's all we're gonna do. As you can see, these are the same. 20 plus 6, 20 plus 6. Yep. And we have 20 plus 10 for efficiency now, which is awesome. But yeah. So I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Mrthunderray signing out. Peace.